Okay, so we got knocked off again for a copyright violation. Apparently they did not want to play the video of Charles Barkley interviewing Richard Spencer, the racist. So if you want to Google that yourself, I would definitely watch that. It's Charles Barkley and Richard Spencer, the racist, talking about race for about 5 minutes, and they don't want that out, I guess. Bob Salter sent that video to me this morning, says, share this, they keep taking it down. Well, yeah, you're right, Bob Salter, they did keep taking it down. They have something to hide. We're all being played by the left and the right. What a morning! So they've been fucking with me all morning. They took me offline. They took me off Facebook. I'm in Facebook jail. Raise your fist and pump like this. Don't cross the line, because you know it's mine. I'm in Facebook jail. From something from 2017. So you tell me they're not out to get me. 2017, they found something there. They knocked me off Facebook for that. I can't go live on Facebook. And now I'm getting copyright violations for fighting racism. I thought we were supposed to fight racism, YouTube. What's the matter, YouTube? You don't like you like racists now? You want to protect Richard Spencer, YouTube? Really? Disgusting. Protecting a racist. You go get him, Charles Barkley. You get him. I'm gonna play another video, and if they knock me off for this, there's nothing I can do. I'm gonna just call it a day, because I'm gonna play a video of a black man being killed by police. And if you want to protect this, you got problems. Protecting racists on YouTube, really? Expose the racist on YouTube. What's the matter with you, YouTube? All right, it's Thursday. We're a little late today. We got knocked off a bunch of times for sound problems. We got knocked off for exposing a racist named Richard Sherman. Is that his name, Richard? I don't even know his name now. Jeez. What's his name? Oh, Spencer. Richard Spencer, sorry. So YouTube apparently wants to protect Richard Spencer by not putting this guy out there. Well, I'm going to put him out there. Just Google Richard Spencer and Charles Barkley, and you'll see a really interesting interview of the type of people we're dealing with in society. These are godless people. This guy probably thinks he believes in God, but he believes in the devil. You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong, Dick Spencer. Even your mom hated you, naming you Dick. I know the struggle for that. But yeah, Dick Spencer, the old Dick Spencer, the racist, Charles Barkley called him out, and I guess we can't play that. I guess we got to hide this video. Only TNT, I guess, can play it. It's on TNT. But you can't play it anywhere. Obviously, they're protecting this dick. It's shocking what's happening in our country. We need to stand with our brown and black brothers and sisters because it's not left or right. It's up or down. You got to get this right. You're only on this earth for 30 more years. 300 more months. If you're lucky, you're here for 300 more months. That's not a lot of time. And God is watching you. God is watching you. He's watching you, and he's watching how you fight for him. God's watching you, and you're not getting his respect by not doing anything. You're sitting on your ass doing nothing. You're not gaining any respect from God. My black and brown brothers and sisters in Bayonne for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And I heard black women crying for their ancestors and their mothers and fathers and forefathers and the whole history of how we have treated black people in this country. And they're crying. I felt the presence of the Holy Spirit. I felt the presence of God over our group. That's how I prefer to fight my battles. He turned the tables because they were disrespecting God's house. Well, if you're killing black and brown people, oh, jeez, my stream's down again. Is my stream down again? I give up. Oh, I'm having buffering problems. All right, you know what? I'm going to plug this in. Hold on. Now you're going to watch me produce while... Oh, boy. I hope you heard my little rant there. Hold on. I got to go get the cord. Real shows don't have to go through this crap. They have producers. They have people working for them. And here you got to watch me struggle all morning long trying to get this thing going. Now I'm trying to plug in an Ethernet because it's told me I'm buffering. So, all right, I'll fix that problem now. Anything else I got to fix today? We need to fix bigger problems like the racism in our country. I don't have time for this other crap. Just make it work so we can get this stuff done. Oh, what a nightmare. I think we had a couple of viewers. Now we probably lost them because of the buffering. Nope, knock it off. Knock it off. We like Richard Spencer. We need to protect Richard Spencer. Why are you protecting Richard Spencer? Oh, shit. See, they knocked me offline. They're knocking me offline. I can see it right now. They're buffering me. I don't have these problems normally, but ever since I knelt with Black Lives Matter and started speaking out, all of a sudden now I'm getting shadow banned for speaking out and standing with our black brothers and sisters. But you know what? Too bad. We live in a racist, sexist, corrupt country, and I can prove it. These stupid laws we have. The drug laws that we have. The drug war has to end. First of all, if you're not killing anybody or stealing from anybody, the cops should not be involved in anything like that. And anything like stopping people from doing anything other than killing and raping and stealing. When you want a cop called, that's when you want something destroyed or killed. That's when you call a cop. You don't call a cop for anything else. And these drug laws are ridiculous. These drug laws are racist. It's more Jim Crow. We used to go to council meetings and talk about how Howie Anslinger would say all this racist stuff to Congress. Anslinger's racist and sexist rants. Ridiculous. I'm getting buffering here again. This is terrible. Oh, boy. I hope you can see this. I don't know. Can you all see this? Am I buffering? What's going on out there? I don't even know what's going on out there. How's the stream? Please let me know. Listen. Let's watch this video. They'll probably knock me off for this video too. But this is the shocking one that I want you to all see with me. This is the oh boy. Hang on. This is the video here. Check this out. This is disgusting. Hello. audio? Yeah.
Do you have any weapons on you? Go and turn around for me. Go and turn around. Get down on the ground! Dude, you need to stop. Get your hands behind back. Get your hands behind back.
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't care.
Get your hands behind your back!
That's terrible.
Get your hand out of your pocket.
I don't know. Okay. Okay.
Okay, you.
I got it. Got this hand.
Okay. Okay. Okay, listen, huh?
Go around.
Okay, well.
Okay, you.
Ouch, bro. Oh, please, let me.
Give me your hand.
Your hand.
Okay. Okay. I can't breathe.
Stop resisting.
I can't breathe, please. Yeah, breathe.
Okay, give me your
I can't
hand.
breathe. I got high blood. I'm dying. Okay. Okay. Oh, please help me. Help me, please. I can't breathe. Oh, God, baby. Breathe.
Hey, where's your gun? Hey, quit following me.
Stop it.
Okay, right now he's dying. I believe he just died. I believe he's dead now.
Stop. Okay, you can breathe. That's fine. What's your name, man? What's your name? Huh? Gary? Okay. Can you... I want you to comply with me, okay? And there'll be less
Yeah,
problems.
comply. I'm just trying to kill you, so please comply with my death wish. Thank you. Just lay there and die for me, sir, please. We'll be done in a minute. This is disgusting. Here we go. Another human being being killed by police. Now he's dying.
Gary.
He probably had a heart attack already. Disgusting, ungodly. This is not God's plan. This is not how God treats his brothers and sisters. You're doing it wrong. The poor man's dying and you're still kneeling on his neck. If that was your mother, would you be doing that? If that was your brother or father?
Oh, yeah. You didn't want to cross there. I'm glad you got him before we went on to...
Me and him almost both went face to face in the road.
How about checking on him?
I got it.
Yeah, they're on the way.
Can you check on him now? How about now? Can we check on him now? How about now? How about you check on him now? How about checking on him now? How about now? How about now?
I know. whose this is.
Get him with my flashlight.
I didn't know whose it was.
Probably my
His or
phone.
hers.
I think that's my phone, yeah.
Is that your phone? It's your camera.
Maybe my phone's in my car.
No, there was.
This is the phone I pulled out of his pocket.
Okay, I was going to say there was a phone. That's yours?
That's stupid. These things are so worthless.
Mine breaks every time I get used to force. Garrett.
You worried about your camera? Worried about the guy on the ground that's dead? Who cares about your camera right now? You gotta check my camera. There's a man dying on the ground. You're checking your camera?
Hold this leg down, but we need his knee, like, so he is not facing. Check his boots.
I checked that one.
Check his heart rate. Check his pulse. Check his boot. Oh, we might find some crack. Duh. Let's look for some drugs, Dad. Drug war, drug war.
Straight from her phone
Duh.
to him. That was phone of Victor.
Those are, oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop it. You want me to stop it?
No, leave it going.
Leave it
Stop
on.
it? Okay. No, I meant his.
Oh, geez, not waking up. Well, maybe you should have checked on him. Idiots. 3 fucking stooges here. I'm just disgusted right now. You got the 3 stooges. You got Mo, Larry, and Curly here. Should we check him or should we look for meth? Let's look for some weed. But he has no heart rate. But he got weed. But he has no pulse. But he had a gun. But First of all, the officers were not threatened in any way. There was no reason to do anything to this man. Look what happened now. Now he's dead.
Okay.
Cheer. Wow.
Yeah, you're like, he's running. I was like, which way? He's running east. That's all I got out.
I probably did. I heard that, but I couldn't get out. And he was just about to catch a
Stay over there. You what?
You can stay right there as long as you say that. You're good.
You hope you're proud of yourself there, Clancy. You killed another man. You killed somebody else now. Disgusting. And I'm sure YouTube, if YouTube takes this one down, I'll be pissed. Let everyone see this. Let the world see this. Now, this is something they didn't do during George Floyd's arrest. They didn't check him. They didn't check his pulse. Okay, he's dying. He's had a heart attack. He might have died in the ambulance on the way. But this man did not survive this encounter with the police. He died.
He's our armed robbery suspect from yesterday.
He may be awake, but he's not
$1.
with it. He's dying.
What'd she say? No, hey, Titus, come here. No, she's cool. No. She's cool. She's leaving. Hey.
Yeah, he's having a heart attack. Just imagine if this is your family member. He knows he's dying. He knows it. He knows the cops are killing him. He's dying! Stop resisting death! Stop resisting death! Idiot cops. Stop resisting death! Stop resisting death! That's what they should be saying. Idiots. This poor guy. Look what they're doing to this poor guy. He's dying. He needs medical attention, and they're shoving his face into the ground. Uh-oh. Hello? Hello, you're on the air. Yellow. Hey, Jeffrey Oaks.
I was just wondering why I couldn't find the show.
I'm in Facebook jail.
Yeah, I just heard what you said. I'm also listening to myself.
They got me.
Is there any way to correct that? Maybe I'll hang up and call back, you think?
What do you need? What's the matter? I can hear you.
No, I'm hearing myself echo.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta fix that. Hold on.
Yeah.
1 second. Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect.
There we go.
Fantastic. Yeah, I just heard what you're saying about you being profiled and everything. All this bull crap with these people and this racism. I'm calling people out fucking left and right on this shit. This crap that went down in I mean, I wasn't there. Yeah, maybe they were piggish. Maybe they drank in public. Maybe they smoked some pot. Okay. But the matter of the fact is, 3 weeks ago, I was down there to see one of their stupid little, they called it Open New Jersey, but in effect, it was a hidden Trump rally.
Yeah.
And my wife got verbally threatened. And everyone down there at the stupid thing, they were standing right next to each other. None of them had any masks on. Zero protection. They had tiny little kids there in strollers. The whole thing was pathetic. There was no police response. There was 2 cop cars there, and they never got out of their cars. You didn't even see a policeman on patrol walking around the crowd. And these are the same people that are pointing fingers at the governor because he's marching with a few people and protesting. So apparently these white nationalists believe that they're the only ones entitled to the First Amendment. It's absolutely disgusting.
I just watched Charles Barkley interview Dick Spencer, and he's a white nationalist, alt-right, And that's the mentality. It's a mentality.
Richard?
Yeah.
Who was it? Who was it?
Charles Barkley and Dick
Oh,
Spencer. Richard Spencer.
Yeah.
I call him Dick, but Richard Spencer.
Richard Spencer fits him just fine. That's perfect.
Well, he is a dick. We call him Dick.
Yeah. Yep. And I actually just, I went on a tear. I went on a tear last night because I'm done with the fucking double standards. Excuse me for I'll be throwing you off of YouTube next for my language. But yeah, only black people are violent, right? It's only the black people that are violent. And I found it pretty funny because when I started researching white riots, I see the Philadelphia people when the Eagles win the Super Bowl, and it's all, you can't find a black person in the group. And they were up there climbing light posts, pulling signs off, starting fires, knocking over barricades, trampling on them, wrecking them.
What was there? Somebody killed at the stadium? Was somebody killed or no?
Well, no. This is probably years ago. But these people, the hypocrisy is terrible. They got very short memory.
Well, no, they were rioting for no reason. They were rioting because their team won a game.
Yeah. That's how pathetic these people are.
That's how pathetic we are as a country. We don't even support the poor people, the poor black people who have been oppressed for 400 years in our country. And we can't support them, and we go and say Black Lives Matter and we're liberal because we say that? Bullshit. Yeah. Bullshit.
Because we're guilty of trying to live in harmony with one another.
Yeah.
That's what we're guilty of.
So I listen to the radio. I hear all these conservatives talking all this shit about Black Lives Matter and how they're funded by George Soros and how all this and George Floyd had meth in his system and he did this, he did that. And
yeah.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Just shut up, racist.
I just spent the last year, and you know it, traveling around to these community meetings on drug abuse, and they're all white neighborhoods.
Yeah, go figure.
They were all white towns that I went to, many of them. West Lawn Branch was one of them. Mike and I went to that one, and we didn't even speak. They knew who we were, and they basically badmouthed us and had us almost thrown out of the meeting. I was so disgusted I had to get up and walk out. And it's terrible. And I'm, I got to feel empathy for these people. I don't understand it. They have no idea, and I get it. Yeah, you know what they are? They're white moms with white kids that are addicted to Oxycontin, and I don't have to tell you or anybody else how that works. But they're ready to throw their kids in any goddamn program they can get their hands on. And when I was there to explain to them, and I did the same thing in Shrewsbury, and they badmouthed me. It's like, yeah, you really care about your kids? Send them to Florida rehabs and see if you get your kid back with all the corruption that goes on. And you know who else is in on it now? The fat bastard Chris Christie. He wants a chunk of the addiction money.
It's a body broker.
Yeah, he wants to be a broker. Yeah, because he got pissed on by Donald Trump and the rest of his party.
Oh.
And we had to live with his fucking corruption and bullshit with his little Bridgegate. And he's such a little baby that he had to have one of his associates that worked for him take the fall.
Yeah,
the guy isn't even half a man. Not even half a man. It's terrible. It's terrible. And I just read a couple posts from our Monmouth County Sheriff, Shawn, the puppy lover, his poor drug dogs, right? And everything was about the poor people, that they need to open their small businesses and they deserve this and they deserve that. I said, where the hell did this all come from, all your sympathy and your empathy? Because we've been petitioning you folks as disabled people just to get some medical cannabis for ourselves. I don't see him worrying about us in the pandemic and the shutdowns. I don't see it. I'm going to go back on his page. I'll scroll back to the beginning of the virus, and I guarantee I won't find anything. And for Tom Arnone to run his mouth about this, right? He claims himself to be, Mr. Healthy, Mr. Health Oriented, wants community programs to promote exercise and athletics for the youth. But yet he can't use that same mentality when it comes to a bunch of disabled people that need his help. Total hypocrisy. And that's what you get. Unfortunately, it has to come back to partisan politics. He's a Republican, But thank God for people like you and I and everyone else. I'm not going to rattle off all their names. I'm sure some of them are listening, and they know who they are. And you guys helped us in Oceanport get rid of two tyrants, Joe Irace and Rob Proto. Proto left his seat in embarrassment because he knew Joe Irace was going to get a takedown, and that's exactly what you and I and Mike did to him. And now he's forced to sit in his yard in his $1 million home. Poor guy during the epidemic, right? You can't make it up. You can't make it up.
I can smell his cigars from here.
Yeah, I smell more than that. I smell a big turd. That's what I smell. It kind of smells like Christy's house. A turd.
Oh.
It's unbelievable. I'm just venting. Excuse me.
Well,
how you feeling? How you feeling today?
I feel like shit. I feel really bad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're feeling better today. You were making me nervous yesterday.
I made everybody nervous yesterday. I was having a bad time. And I put up a post about physician-assisted suicide, and I rocked everybody's ship. All I'm asking for is to be in control in the event. when my death does approach me, that I'd like to be prepared for it, and that so I can protect my loved ones from not having to, change my bedpans and watch me dwindle down to nothing in a hospital bed in my living room.
I'll change your bedpan for you, bro.
I know you. I know you would.
And I hate bedpans, and I'll do it. I'll do it, bro. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. To keep you around, we'll change your bedpan. If that's all it is, we'll change your bedpan.
But I mean, it's so disgusting as a disabled person to have to fight this establishment bullshit. And then have, the public out here scrambling and trying to get to some direction on on what exactly they should do in a pandemic with this virus. And all we've gotten from our governments was a bunch of confusing misinformation.
Right.
And that's what's going on in the street. I had to listen to that POS 105, Bill Speedia. I listened to him for an hour on my way up to the hospital last week. And I had my phone on waiting for them to call. They hung up on me twice. I kept calling back. And I'm ready to, nothing will ever happen, but I'd like to turn his ass into OSHA because he's running his mouth about respirators and masks. And he's not certified to do that. It's a 700-hour course to be able to teach people about respirators and fit tests for respirators and what they protect you from, certain ones, and which ones do not. And he's out there spreading misinformation. And if you ask me, that's criminal. That's criminal. Because if a company went in there and did that with a licensed safety professional, and that person spread misinformation, even with a license, they would be up shit's creek. So as just a private citizen with no education, that guy is physically hurting people. and he should get treated as such. That's my opinion. You know,
Jeff, there's the governor's allowing us to meet at the State House, and a lot of people are for it, and there's a few people that are against it. How do you feel about meeting at the State House for a rally in a couple of weeks?
well, being they opened everything else, and we have, of course, the blacks in Point Pleasant were blamed. I don't know what's going on down there, but just beach-wise, they want you to go to the beach, and they want you to still practice safe distancing, okay? And it was thrown up that no one down there, the blacks weren't, having their using the distancing and the respirators. But you can go up to any beach, further north, all the rich sections, Monmouth Beach, where I grew up, a bunch of rich people now, Seabright. They do whatever they want on the beach. And there's nobody down there patrolling them,
Well,
There's nobody.
There's a guy named Greg from Australia. He sent me a bunch of messages. Listen to this. This is interesting. Check this out.
Can you get my voice messages, Ed? How you doing? This is my Australian English voice. I respect your work a lot, man. You're awesome.
Can you hear it?
But, I'm concerned if you guys have a high infection in your area.
I'm going to put my headphones in,
it might be very difficult to actually offer a safe exchange at a public event.
It won't interfere with our phone conversation, if I'm correct.
Hold on, I'm gonna set it up. Hold on. Let me set this up.
Oh, okay. Now I can kind of hear both without interfering with the.
Let me put the. Here, let me see if I can do this. Oh, that's not gonna work.
That's the first one you played.
Let's try it this way. Tell me if you can hear this. You should be able to hear this. Hold on. All right. Let's play the second one.
Do you have COVID occurring in your area? And if so, at what basic sort of per capita rates? Like, how many people live in your state and how many cases do you guys have?
Did you hear that?
How many? What was it? What was the size of the state and how many cases do you have?
Right. How many cases? Yes.
Right.
Hold on. Here's more.
Okay. So, as someone who studied pathology, and I have a foot in Australia and a foot in England, so I've got an experience watching what the advice has been in different places, and places that have successfully, Australia's done really well. And it's pretty basic. I'm someone with compromised immunity. If you've got and this is me talking as somebody who has studied pathology for 2 years. If you've got compromised immunity, and your area, or fuck it, your country, like if you're living in a place that doesn't have closed borders and you guys have cases active that are more than 100 cases per million people, stay the fuck home. You don't fucking encourage people. And Ed, if you're running an event and encouraging people to come and they've got compromised immunity, I don't need to finish this sentence.
But you didn't finish the sentence. Wait, there's more.
So let's say 30 people attend. You might kill 2. Probably 1. How important is your fucking gathering? Like if you guys are having a meeting to structure a military operation to liberate 50 to 100 people out of Colditz, fucking do it. Right? Like, do that shit. Get those people out. Save lives. But if we're talking about a fucking get-together for fucking weed, stay the fuck home, Ed. The numbers on this are not in your favor. So, what are my numbers for COVID? Well, what town do you live in what state? So it's pretty basic. Like 1 in 10 people who are infected will need to go to hospital. If they're immune compromised, maybe 1 in 3. So let's just assume we don't want to infect anybody. Let's be those cool people. And then, not Trump fuckwits. And then let's assume All right, if we don't want to actually spread any infection whatsoever because we're reasonable educated adults and everything else is shit tartery to me, how do we make sure we don't spread any cases? Well, that's pretty simple. What's the fucking... Where do you live? I'll go find the data for COVID infections. And if your infections aren't so low that people aren't spreading the disease, then sure, go out and have an event with controlled safety measures, and I will then suggest that, Jesus Christ, if people have got immunity concerns, fucking Edward, I'm going to fucking talk to you straight, mate. I'm an Australian. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? I just Googled the fucking infection rate. If you're not aware of it, you shouldn't be running an event. And if you are, what the fuck are you doing? Mate, stop being selfish. Wake the fuck up to yourself.
Oh my God.
Are you that uneducated you don't realise you're putting people at risk, or you don't give a fuck? Which is it? So I just don't think there's a safe way.
Speaking about you, or just in general for people who have events?
Me. Running the event at the State House. Hold on,
Are you fucking kidding me?
There's two more. Wait, there's two more.
Doing it, Ed, because you really shouldn't, part of the list of things you should be doing to mitigate concerns is anyone with a high-risk concern should not be attending the event. The rate
his
of
hair
infection
smells like shit because he just had his whole head up his ass.
in New Jersey is just far too high, man. You just can't do it safely, I'm sorry. That's the fact of the matter.
Well, the governor says it's safe, so it's safe.
Well, the governor doesn't have any choice. You want to know why? Because asshole threatened all the blue states with defunding us if we don't kowtow to his economic plan. See, he could really give a fuck about us, okay? As long as we can go out and forget about it and have fun, okay? And let everybody have this false sense of safety that it's over, okay? And if he can stretch that out and keep the Dow Jones up in the high 20s, that's his goal. So he can get reelected. Look what I did. I saved the economy, okay? And if he can't save the Dow, he's going to go blame it on somebody else. He's going to blame it on Cuomo. He's going to blame it on anybody that's blue. That's what he's going to do. And he'll also come out of the box and he'll blame it on black people for rioting. And man, if you think you're educated from watching all this crap, there's white people mixed in. I mean, with the looting, they're mixed in with the black folks, you know. But these racists, they only see black people throwing rocks and breaking windows and looting and starting fires. So I would suggest to anybody that thinks it's a black violence problem, I would suggest to them to look into some of these white sports riots. That's what I would suggest.
Yeah, rioting over nothing.
Yeah. They don't even have a message. They're just being violent because it feels good. They weren't suppressed for 400 years.
Right.
Right?
They want a game.
And you can even forget about the 400 years. We're barely removed from the civil rights movement.
Yeah, look at our lifetime.
And water fountains and sitting in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you want to see some white violence? Pull up some stories about, shame on me for forgetting the name of the bridge that they crossed.
Oh yeah,
Help me out.
there was laws against black people marrying white women, black men marrying white women, and
yeah, like I mentioned to you last night when we spoke, how when I cleaned out one of my uncle's house after he passed away, we found the deed to the house. It was actually in the deed that if he was to resell the house, it must be sold to a white person.
And where was that? Rumson or something?
That was Rumson.
So in the lease, it says you must sell to white people. And how do they say who's white or not? If you have it, like what the hell is that?
Well, you know what? Back then, I guess everybody was so racist. The idea of a black husband and a white wife wasn't even an issue because it was so taboo that they wouldn't even mingle.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, why would they get together and get married and have a family if they can't even drink out of the same water fountain? You know,
that's America right there.
Sure it is. Make America great again. Which one you want? You want the '60s? You know, what do you want? You want women not to vote again? What do you want?
Yeah, that's what they want. They want like the 30s and 20s and all that racism back then that they all love it. Sick fucks they are.
Yeah, I mean it's, you know, and they love now that these people are so desperate that they're all out there marching together and well, guess what? Everybody that's worried about their cops, you know, the good cops are out there saying we hear discord, you know, simply because we as citizens can't figure it the fuck out and get together and be one, you know, because we don't have a president. We got a divider in chief.
That's right. The police union is not helping either. The police union in New York is being very unempathetic towards the situation.
Yeah, I saw that guy's bullshit too, you know, and shame on him.
Yes.
It is his job to represent the police. I get that part. I was in a union. But really, you know, if I was in his shoes and I couldn't be open to the people I represent, I'd step down from my position.
He should.
Yeah. Because he's not committing to the people they serve and saying, yes, we want reform. We want equal treatment for the citizens that we serve, you know?
They want the money. They want the military equipment. They want the money. They want the funding. That's what they want.
Yeah.
That's why they're status quo. It's always status quo with them because they keep getting their money that way.
Yep. And that piece of shit has the nerve to gas people while they're not being violent just so he can have a photo op. I almost threw up just watching that.
Yeah, holding a Bible upside down and backwards.
And somebody put up a post the other day, oh, Trump wants to bring the troops back from the Middle East or whatever. And I commented, what? So they can come home and shoot at their moms?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It used to be kill a commie for mommy. Now it's kill mommy for a commie.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But, you know, my time on this fucking planet may be short, but that shit pisses me off. I mean, you know, when did it become such a bad idea that the people on this freaking planet actually maybe someday might live in harmony, you know?
They can't make money that way. It's better for them to control and divide and use fear, and warmongering. And the warmongering, it's all the same mentality. All these people that want to kill other people and control and just go after money, and that's not what God is. God is not about that. You can't serve two gods. These people are not Christian. They're not God fearing because you can't serve money and serve God at the same time. You can't. It doesn't work that way.
I went down to that. What was supposed to be the Open New Jersey rally, but it was an all-white Trump rally. That's what it turned into.
Oh, God.
And I didn't go into it. I stayed out. It was in a parking lot, so I stayed on the outside of it on the public sidewalk. But I could hardly hear what the speakers were saying, and frankly, I really wasn't that interested.
That's good. You're in the
But
perfect.
I heard the word autism. And I said, whoa, now you're speaking my language. Now I want to hear what you have to say about people that have disabilities. And by the time I walked up near the stage, and keep in mind, I had that, you know, I got a really good professional respirator that I use for welding. It gives you, it protects me from other people that are not wearing respirators. So the guy's comment was, he was calling out everybody saying, "You guys are so great. You're the only ones that have the courage to come out and speak." And then he pissed me off, because these are the people that say, "Well, they're old people. They were going to die anyway, from the virus." You've heard that tone, right?
Yep.
So I took my mask off just for a split second, and I broke into his speech when he stopped for a second. I said, "Buddy, you are wrong. I'm here to represent the people, and the elderly people and the disabled people, and we are not cowards, and we are not afraid to come out here and speak our minds." And guess what? Everybody there applauded me.
Nice.
And I tell people, it's bad, yeah. Your little pizza shop isn't viable, maybe, or you're not making as much money, or you have a daycare center where you had to close, be in the best interest of the kids. They basically had to close because you were told to. It's like, and my predicament. I'm pretty much terminal. And I'm writing to these people online, to the nasty comments they're making about it. It's like, yeah, folks, you may be going through a hard time, but you're not dead. I said, if you really want to go out there and make things work, you can go to ShopRite and work for minimum wage. They're begging people to go in there. So don't complain that you can't always have what you want. Right? It's unbelievable. You can't make it up.
What happened to you in the hospital? Are you out of the hospital? Are you done with did you have your treatment yet? What's going on?
Well, I pretty much thought that my options were done. Down here with my guys at Monmouth Medical that were taking care of me, my hematologist down here. So, as a last resort, I consulted with my surgeon at Robert Woods, and he referred me to the radiology department. And his name, I forget his first name, Dr. Nosher. So if anybody has any issues with some tumors and stuff like I had, go to Robert Woods and try to find Dr. Nosher. He's gotten rid of 4 or 5 tumors, probably 4 tumors for me in my liver. And next week on Tuesday, he's going to attempt to get rid of 3 more of them. So, but getting back to your question, what happened was, and this is how the process works. They go into, and this is the way they're going to inject, they're going to fish a catheter of some type, a few days ago when they did what they call a mapping process, when they put a dye into your bloodstream, and then they put you on some sort of machine where they can pick up these dyes that they injected into you. So he said, good news is all your tumors have real good blood supply, which is a good thing for the tumor until you can use those arteries that are feeding them to deposit radiation into them. So that's what they're going to do. So when I was in recovery, you have to lay completely still, and you cannot bend your leg. That was my right leg. They say you can move your left leg around a little, but there's a chance of hemorrhaging if you don't keep your leg straight and move it too much. So, that scares the hell out of you. So you sit there like you're in a straitjacket. So everything went great. Mike and Aubrey were gracious enough to give me a ride home because Mary dropped me off in the morning and she couldn't come in with me. So, you just lived it. You know what it's like to leave a loved one off at the hospital door or whatever, and not be able to see them again, possibly. So I got in the car with Mike and Aubrey. We just got on Route 18, and I'm very susceptible to car sickness, and I immediately, almost after 5 minutes in the car, I started vomiting, and I had eaten some split pea soup after the procedure that they gave me, so I could start, introducing some food back into my system. And that's what I cut loose in the car was pea soup. And, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll feel better now for the rest of the ride home. And all of a sudden, I got this pain in my groin, and I reached down, and I feel what felt like a friggin' egg, or maybe bigger, like the size. The nurses described it as the size of a lemon in my groin area. And when I felt it, I knew exactly what was happening, right? So I immediately pulled the paperwork out of my bag. I told Mike, I said, Mike, turn around, take me back to the hospital. So, and Aubrey, I said, Aubrey, here's the second page. The numbers are on there. They're highlighted. Call that number. So they both were instrumental in freaking getting me back. And I can't thank them both enough. And then when we got into ER, they want, when you don't go to the hospital in an ambulance, they want to make you sit there and fill out papers and everything else. And Mike put it to him straight. What are you going to do? You're going to sit here and let my friend bleed to death internally? So thanks to Mike, I got whisked in there, and I had two nurses working on me, holding pressure on the femoral artery or whatever it's called, for like the next half hour to stop the bleeding, and they finally stopped it. And then I had to sit there in the hospital, not a real hospital bed, a gurney. I couldn't lift my head. Every time I tried to lift my head to look at the phone to call my family, they pushed my head down like, you can't lift your head up. Oh. And then I thought, and you know what? I know how George Floyd felt having a boot on your neck, because I had the proverbial boot on my neck for 6 hours. I could not move my head. I could not lift my head up. And if you want to feel what it's like, or what it may be like to be waterboarded, try laying on your side and throwing up. You feel like you're going to choke to death or suffocate. It was one of the most horrible feelings that I think I've had through my whole treatment. But they patched me up. I laid there for 6 hours in tremendous pain because my back started spasming, and I couldn't move position-wise to ease the cramps in my back. And I just sat there for basically 6 hours, and I think a few times I passed out from the sheer pain of it. And then again, Mike and Aubrey came back to the hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, and these people I'm the type of person going to ruin our healthcare system and overwhelm it. And it was a comment made from a doctor, emergency room doctor, and he said, where the hell are all the heart attack patients? You know what? They're having heart attacks at home and not coming into the emergency room because they'll know they'll get, maybe sick with COVID, So it's more important for people to have their wine and their fun. So I'm staying home in Oceanport. I'm 5 miles away from the beach, and I'm fine. There's some people in my family that enjoy the beach, but you know what? Let them have their sand. Let them have their tan. Let them have their cocktail. And now they're going to have to deal with the harsh reality. Has even taken time to even think about addressing how it's going to possibly work out. There's college universities that have already committed themselves to the statement, we are not opening our campuses and our dormitories to have students come in to get an education. They're going to continue to try to do it online. What is the point of being a business person, right? And saying, I want, and then the government gives you what you want, And so you're going to invite your best customers inside to sit at your bar and eat your food and have them get sick again? You know, how much is of a businessman do you really think of your customers? I've seen some good business people, you know, that obviously can afford it. They're sending free meals out the front door to hospitals and police departments, you know? Those are the real people, you know? Even faced with their own, you know, demise financially, you know, possibly, they're still in that compromised position. They're still willing to reach out and help people, regardless of their skin tone, you know? And those restaurant owners, I can really, really respect them, you know?
I could see if we were around a couple hundred years ago how we would be on part of the Underground Railroad, or I know we'd be on this side of the fight. No matter,
for sure.
No matter what year it was, there's always a fight between good and evil. There's always a fight between right and wrong, and we can see the divides here. And the people that are on the right act like they're right, but they're not. They're not godly. They're
and the real sorry thing about it is many of those folks, they're not very open-minded. They cannot expand on their knowledge. And what they don't get is when people decide in the fall that they don't want to send their kids back to school, and we can't get kids back into colleges or high schools, we as a society are losing the knowledge that we've built through our generation. So we'll lose that ability if the virus takes the toll on the elderly and then keeps the kids out of school. We're going to lose a shit ton of knowledge, and we potentially could become, you know, I don't know, make us as dumb as we were in the 70s. You know, it could definitely set us back education-wise and knowledge-wise, advancement-wise. It could set us back 50, 60 years, you know? But I got nothing more to say on it. I really don't. It disgusts me. So,
well, we're gonna stand with our black brothers and sisters and our brown brothers and sisters, because we used to go to these council meetings, and I would sit there and quote Harry Anslinger.
yeah.
And I'm sure I shocked the hell out of some of these councils because they never heard that before. And I think we need to go back to that now, because people just need to be shocked into compassion again. People are just uncompassionate. Why?
Yeah. But listen, I hope this thing doesn't come back in the. Well, first of all, it hasn't gone anywhere. It hasn't gone away. It's subsided because we all were good for a while. But the incubation period is only, 14 days? So it's already starting to show in a lot of states that are very aggressive with the reopening.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can only imagine what it's going to be like when people actually start putting their kids in school and daycare centers, going back to their offices, you know. You know, maybe they'll have a vaccine real quick by then, but nobody's going to take the vaccine. So,
are you?
You know, come the fall.
Are you going to take it?
Me? I think being in my position, as sick as I am, I will take it.
You will?
Only because I may be able to keep my other family members safe. And if for some reason it makes me sick, ha ha on me, I'm already sick. So, yeah, I'm not going to be the guy to say I'll wait 2 years to see how it works out. You know, I'll make myself a guinea pig for the safety of my friends and my family. You know.
So it's pretty basic, like 1 in 10.
Hold on, where's this guy at?
So let's say 30 people attend.
Hold on.
Like if you guys are...
Hold on. I like when he yells at me.
I can write the maths up for you.
Is this the Aussie guy again?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as someone who studied pathology, and
Oh, God.
I have a foot in Australia.
Oh, these people are too funny. I like this guy, but I think he's a little too much. A little too extra.
Like if you guys are having a meeting.
No.
So it's pretty basic. Like one.
He says
Online.
if we're trying to save the world, it's okay. But if we're not,
On the show, live.
if we're just getting together to get high, no. But if we're saving the world, yeah, it's good. So
It's the Lefty show. It's Thursday.
we are saving the world. That's what we're doing here. So we will. We're going to get together.
Yeah, I have questions for you. I can't do two things at once.
Hi, Mary.
I'm sorry. Somebody was coming and talk to me. Sorry, they didn't know we were on air.
That's all right. We're done. I'm gonna call the. I'm gonna call it a day. I've had a rough time getting this show up today. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm all in on going to Trenton if I can make it there. I'm healthy enough, and you and I can, and everybody else that's there. We can give a good example of what it looks like to be responsible people and protect one another.
I'm gonna bring you. You're on my blunt list. I can roll 4 blunts out of 1 Dutch Master. So I'm gonna.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you one, and I have 2 more to give away because I can't share.
Yeah. I'm all in, my friend. I just hope I can make it there. So.
I'm looking forward to it.
Anyway, let me go my way, and I'm not asking you a question, and I don't think you're going to ask me one today.
No, I'm not going to ask you a question. Why would you think I'd ask you a question today? There's only one viewer that's going to appreciate that. I got you. Wait till Jeff hears this one. He's going to like that. Why would I ask you a question? I'm glad to hear you're doing better, buddy. Oh, man. Don't post like that anymore. I'm going to get your password from Mary and take your horrible post down. No, I get it, man. I get it. I understand. And I support your right to do that. But I want you to make an informed decision when you do that. That's all I ask. Please make an informed decision and listen to all sides of the story. That's all. And if you want me to come change your bedpan, dude, I will make a trip twice a day to come do that. If that's what it takes, dude, that's not a big deal. I'll do that. Change your sheets. I'll do whatever you need me to do, bro. I'm there. I'm gonna help. So, give me all the shitty jobs because I know. Yeah, give me all the shit jobs. I'll take them. Whatever I gotta do, bro. You've been there for us. You've been there for me. You've been fighting with us. You fought just like Cheryl Miller did. And you've inspired so many people, and you inspired me. And I'm a hard person to inspire, and you inspired the heck out of me. So thank you for that. Thank you. All right, we're going to take one more call. We're taking one more call, and then we're out of here. Yeah, we're on the air.
Well, thank you, Lefty. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And hello, everyone in podcast land listening to the Satire Across Ignorance is No Excuse podcast. Hello, Lefty. How are you today?
I'm pretty awful. How about you?
I feel down as well. But in any event, yeah, I'm striving. I'm trying to get more information. I'm researching my butt off, and that's what's going on with me. But I was thinking of you, so I figured I'd give you a shout out. Shout out. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to speak with you off the air sometime. But anyway, how's it going with the show?
Well, I had a very rough show today. I'm just about to end it. But
I'm sorry?
I had a rough show today. I'm trying to end it because they trying to knock me off the air. I'm trying to show racist videos of Charles Barkley interviewing. Kick me off. So I can't expose racists because apparently YouTube likes racists. They're protecting them.
Oh, yeah, it's unbelievable. They're coming out of the woodwork now. They're coming out like cockroaches.
Disgusting.
You know what I mean?
So
and trying to pretend that it don't exist. It does exist.
Now Google it. Google Charles Barkley and Dick something. What the hell's his name? I lost his name.
Dick Clark?
I don't know. Dick something. I can't find it.
Okay, anyway.
Some Dick.
Right. I mean, it's ugly because you have people coming around, and like, you know, somebody put a post up the other day on Facebook, and they were talking, and I said to them, I'm so sorry. I mean, you know, they were talking about facts. I said fact, because they were talking about, you know, like being held back in every area of life, being denied the opportunity of happiness, liberty, and life. You know what I mean? And I agree. I said facts. I'm so sorry. I mean, a lot of this took place before me. And I wasn't raised that way.
400 years. 400 years. Black and brown people have been oppressed.
When William Penn received the land in England to come here, he had to figure out how he was going to get help to build. And rather than pay for it, he figured it was easier to pay for people to do it for them. I mean, I in my heart of hearts, I believe that's the gist. I believe, and then to give you an idea how ignorant they were when they went west, they packed up the wagons with all the supplies they needed, but guess what they didn't do? They didn't bring any supplies to feed the horses. So guess what happened? In the Mojave Desert, Death Valley. Of course, the horses couldn't go any further. They were stuck in the desert with wagons that couldn't go anywhere. Oh, the white man is so smart, it's pathetic.
Even the church is divided because back then there was Christians that owned slaves. And they think it was okay. But they're not Christians. They're fake Christians. And today, being a Trumper is not godly.
I don't understand, to be honest with you. I don't understand how they sleep at night.
And Biden, too. And none of these people, there's no left or right. It's only up or down. It's only God or evil, good or evil. These are man-made divisions. This Republicans and Democrats, it's all man-made bullshit to divide us.
Oh, yeah, and then on top of that, with the Democrats and Republicans are trying to create a war between each other, and they're not doing anything for the people. They're supposed to be of service with our tax dollars, not him hoeing around and playing with whatever they want to play with. You know, to feed their own agendas. That's bullshit.
All right, somebody's asking me about the Charles Barkley video with Dick Spencer. Look up Richard Spencer, Charles Barkley, and it's called American Race. I believe it's called American Race, and you can Google it. I believe it's on TNT. TNT showed it, but they're not letting anybody else. You have to go watch it yourself because we can't go watch it. They're not letting us.
I mean, it's so upsetting and so sad. I mean, it's disgusting.
We need to fight. This is another fight we have to fight. We have to stand with our black brothers and sisters, and it's not liberal to do that. I don't want to hear this bullshit like, oh, I'm a liberal because I'm standing with... No, it's the right thing to do. It's godly. This is what God would want you to do.
Exactly.
Get off your ass and do something.
I mean, we understand the Civil War because the Civil War was about a whole bunch of nonsense also. Why are you bringing oppression?
Take it down. Oh, you can't destroy history. What are you, the Taliban? You're destroying... Well, first of all, when you take over... When we take over an occupied country, okay? We take over an occupied country, our flag goes up, their flag goes down, our statues go up, their statues go down. Those statues should have never been put up in the first place. So take them down. Take them all down.
Right.
Racist.
Start over and rebuild properly.
Never should have been putting up.
Let's take it for what it's imagine, owned over 350 slaves.
They wrote a paper that said life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, except for black people.
It's real
Except
simple.
for black people. They should have wrote that on there. They
Give
should have wrote it.
everyone the
They make me sick.
opportunity. Not just whitey.
Our country was built on a farce.
White
Yes, we want freedom. Well, that's bullshit.
right.
That's bullshit.
Yes, it is.
And then they
I
write
agree with
laws.
you.
Then they wrote laws saying that black people couldn't marry white people. They wrote laws. Who was wrong? The laws or the people getting married? The laws were wrong. They're wrong now. The law is wrong. It'll always be
Yeah,
wrong.
it is. And they just keep trying to suppress it. That's
Disgusting.
nonsense. All right, listen, I'm going to let you go.
Why? What do you got to do today?
I hope
Why-
I'm
what,
able to talk with you and Honeybee.
what do you got going on today? Where you
yeah.
going? Where you going?
I'm sorry?
Where you going?
What, right?
Gotcha. Gotcha, William. All right. Huh? Oh. Hello, you're on the air.
Greetings and salutations from the Pines.
What's up,
How
brother?
are you?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I got something for you. You ready for this?
Uh-oh, don't hang up on me.
No, I'm not going to do it this time.
Okay.
This time I got something to say.
Okay, go ahead.
I need you to do me a favor. I
Okay.
need you to go outside today, no shoes, and put your feet back into the ground. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Get yourself grounded. You do that, and you'll be able to focus more. You hear me, brother?
Yeah.
We got a lot of fighting to do coming up.
Oh. You don't
We got
even
to
know.
stop all this pigment shit. You hear me?
Oh. We gotta fight.
You can do it through love. You can do it through translation. You understand? We had this conversation a long time ago when you and me and Barini were outside in front of that courthouse.
I know.
We ground it. You understand what I'm saying? You're the foundation. Don't crack, brother. It's going to get harder. A lot of weight's going to come down. A lot of propaganda's going to come at you
Yeah.
from all different directions. Infiltration, you know. But the Pines love you.
We love you too, brother.
But I got a question.
No, I need hempcrete. I need some hempcrete. Please send me some hempcrete, please. Thank you. I don't think you grow hemp, though. I think if it's a hemp plant, you're plucking it out. All right. Oh, seriously? Oh my God. How many? Wait a minute. This is not right. Hold on. I got to call one more person here. I don't think I have the number. How'd that happen? What the heck? Oh, jeez. Hold on. Okay. All right. This is
Nine.
I want to thank cmmnj.org, sativacross.com, NewJerseyWeedman.com, Magical Butter, UFCW Local 152, DavidVersusAutism.org, Medical-Freedom.com, TheFallingSickness.com, NewJerseyWeedman.com, LetPatientsGrowNewJersey.com, DragonFlyHealthCenter.com. Sativa Cross West, and I guess they're too busy today to be on the phone with us. So the first person on our list is Cheryl. And here's a picture of her with Gary Johnson. And Cheryl inspired me to do what I do today. Sabina Rose was a 15-month-old baby who died from a 25-hour seizure. Terrible. Diane Ripatella came to the State House many times to fight. Gracie, Cindy Mae, Marie, Jack, Joan Ford, Randy Robertson, Polly Connolly, Bill Buckman, Chad, Jeremy, Russ Perry, Roger Barber, Jay Arletto, Ella Bagelman, Hattie Koshel, Troy, but I don't have a picture. Tony sent me the picture. I have to put it up. I'm sorry, Tony. Troy's on our list. Jake the Tank, Armando, Lynn, Shawn, Shawn McKay from Suicide, Joyce.
Your recording has
Roy.
reached the maximum length. To replay your message, press 1.
Lori.
To delete and re-record your message, press 3.
Brian.
For delivery options, press 4. To send a fax, press 6.
Thorne.
To cancel this message, press star. To send this message now, press pound or hang up.
Frank. Lorraine. If we had only known that Lorraine was sick all these years, we would have done something to help her. I would have given her cannabis. I would have gotten her a card. She would have been fighting, just like Jeff's fighting. She would have kept fighting. Denise is not going to get over this anytime soon, if ever. This was one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life. Her being in the hospital for all those weeks by herself, without an advocate, without anybody to help her. And they sent her home to die, unconscious. We begged for her to wake up. We prayed for her, we put hands on her. That's Lorraine. Terry Harris. The president. We miss you, man. That was another shocker. We just didn't know. We didn't know you were sick. We would have helped you too, bro. We would have had fundraisers for you. If you needed money for insulin, we would have done whatever we had to do for you, bro. I don't know. Maybe he didn't know. Charlotte. This is Cher Ford McCullough. J. Bird Brennan. And Michael Dillon, who died from a drop seizure. Hit his head and never woke up. So give 10% tithings to someone who needs it. And fight for God. You want God's respect? Fight with respect. And I'm not telling people how to fight. I'm not telling people how to protest. It all works together. I prefer a nonviolent protest. I prefer feeling the spirit of God when I protest, and that's what I felt when I went and kneeled with everybody in Bayonne. I felt the spirit of God in that crowd, and that's what I need. I need the spirit of God. I want to talk to people in that crowd, because the people that are firebombing buildings, okay, yeah, you that's your choice to do that. But that's not someone I want to talk to and have an intelligent conversation with. I want to talk to the intelligent people that are kneeling, that are looking for solutions to these problems without destroying things. But I'm not telling anybody how to protest. You want to destroy things? That gets stuff done too. I mean, the message is, yeah, you kill a black person. If a cop kills a black person, that police station gets burnt down. I see that. I get it. I understand the anger, and I understand that. And you know what? That works too. But that's not what I prefer. I prefer a nonviolent solution for now. For me. Hashtag they shall grow. Hashtag vote cannabis 2020. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not worry them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning,